All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the daily broadcast. Hope everybody had a relaxing and enjoyable Memorial Day weekend. We're ready to go back to work tonight. Little allergy, little thing going on. We're going to cough a little bit tonight, but we're going to get through it together. All right, you guys know what to do. You're hanging out with us in the Arctic Air Studios. Hey, if you're looking for a great career, you need to call Arctic. They're hiring right now. If you have those kind of skills, HVAC, everything else, you need to call Arctic Air. Call the Bear. Now, if your air is not Arctic and you have no skills, then you definitely need to call the Bear this summer, and they'll get you taken care of. Of course, all the communication brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street, locations all around West Texas, great supporters of Texas Tech. There's one supermarket in West Texas that supports Texas Tech. There's another one that supports somebody else downstate. I'm just stating a fact on that. We obviously are brought to you tonight by Domino's Pizza. One large three-topping, $14.99 today is the special. Get it on the app. Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com. And, of course, Golf USA, Stacy Nicks. It's time to play better golf. Quit wasting your time playing bad golf. Go to Golf USA, 66 in Indiana. And then all of our Western wear brought to you that you see us wearing. You can't say my jeans or my boots. But Boot City, 1 money, 7 mile outside the West Loop. All right, tonight, Tuesday's two best NBA players from Texas teams all time. No tech in the NCAA tournament. Now what do? And we can do the autopsy on the season if you want to. Our thoughts on what went wrong, what happened, what didn't happen. And then Texas Tech, men's basketball, $1 million free agent, JT Toppin, coming over from New Mexico. All of those things and more. Let's get it going tonight, whether you are with us on YouTube, whether you're with us on Twitter, whether you're with us on Facebook, wherever you may be. Thanks to United Supermarkets. Comment. Tell us what you're thinking. Let us know the audio is good, the video is good. Let us know you're watching wherever you are, even though you might have anything intelligent to say. Just say, hey, I'm hanging out with you guys in Raiderland tonight. We'd love to hear from you. In 3, in 2, good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Everything we do, we archive there. Check it out every day. Tomorrow, overrated, underrated, rated right Wednesday. We are trying to cram a whole week's worth of work into about 2 days this week. Memorial Day yesterday. I've got my son's college orientation going on Thursday and Friday. So our family is going to be busy with that. So you won't see us Thursday or Friday unless something weird happens. So let's take advantage of it tonight. Where do you want to start? What do you want to do tonight? What do you want to talk about? That's what I want to hear from you. Your thoughts, your comments, everything else. We have not had a live broadcast since Texas Tech was eliminated from the Big 12 tournament Friday night against Oklahoma State. The Big 12, you got 6 teams in. TCU did not get in. It was not a good year for the Big 12. I'm still kind of surprised you got 2 host teams. I shouldn't be, but I'm a little surprised. The RPI didn't warrant that. But for Texas Tech now, what happens next for the Red Raiders? What takes place now for Texas Tech? What do you want to see? Are there fundamental changes? Hold on. I got to do this. He doesn't do this very often. Here we go. This is Finch. Say hello, Finch. Look, Finch. Hey, he snuck in my office. He got the door open. And you got to go. All right? Go. Now, the home office, the Arctic Air Studios. No, go. Go. Go on. I'm gonna have to move. All right, we got to move, Finch. Come on, let's go. Good luck. No, you really can't come in. All right, you can't do it. All right, so now I can see his paw now he's opening the door. Really? That's what you're going to do? All right. So Finch is going to be a part of the broadcast tonight, our youngest cat of the two cats. Scout is the other one. So Texas Tech baseball, what happened, what didn't happen? We've got a lot of people saying there needs to be fundamental changes. They want coaches changed out, primarily Matt Gardner, the pitching coach, who they say can't develop coaches. I put a tweet out earlier this week or on the weekend, and I had you compare two pitchers. 83% of the people went with pitcher one versus pitcher two. Pitcher one was Mason Molina at Texas Tech last year, pitching for a guy that can't coach pitchers apparently and doesn't develop anybody. Pitcher two was Mason Molina at Arkansas this year, one of the best teams in the country, who did not perform as well as he did at Texas Tech. Now, you can say that's in a vacuum, but my point was, no, the biggest problem with Texas Tech baseball this year, injuries with frontline pitchers. And before you go, well, they're obviously not handling them well. Most pitchers are showing up hurt by the time they get to college. Most pitchers are getting hurt in the junior high school ranks before they ever get to college. And that's another discussion for another day about how youth teams and how parents are allowing their kids to be pitched when they're 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years of age. So we have that backdrop for the five pitchers that would have been hugely impactful. They weren't there. Beyond that, to me, the biggest thing was situational hitting, not pitching. This team did not hit well when it mattered. Runners on base, advancement opportunities. There were 19 or 20 losses this year that Texas Tech had where they scored 4 or fewer runs. You ought to be able to roll out of bed in college baseball in 2024 and score 5 runs. You should. It's an offensive-oriented game. They had the talent. And Tim Tadlock tried to figure out combinations and everything else. But at a certain point, the players have to play. Well, Hyatt's making excuses because he likes Tadlock and he's buddies with Matt Gardner. And he's friends with all of them. And he's going to suck up to them. I don't care. That's not what I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I believe they have a good program, a good plan, and everything in place. Well, they haven't even been to the College World Series since 2019. Would have gone in 20, I believe. Never know. 22, you're in a super regional at home, and Stanford gets you, and Stanford plays well that year. So it's not like you're in some sort of 10, 15-year drought. But the beast has to be fed. The beast must be fed for Texas Tech baseball fans now. And I get it. You get comfortable waking up in silk pajamas. It's hard to get up early. You sleep late. And that's where Texas Tech fans are right now when it comes to baseball. You sleep in silk pajamas, and it's hard to get up early. Okay. So what do you want to do? Let me ask you this question. Do you think Matt Gardner, the pitching coach, has done anything over the last 2 or 3 years that Tim Tadlock hasn't wanted him to do? Do you think any of the coaches on the staff have just looked at Tadlock and said, the old man's crazy. He's got a flat bill cap. He's no good. He's lost it. He hasn't even been at the CWS since 2019. We're not going to do what he wants. We're going to do our own thing. You think that's what's going on? I don't. So when I see people saying a coaching staff needs to change out assistant coaches after a long stretch of success. Now, if you hadn't had success, say Texas Tech's offensive line looked like crap the last couple of years, and you want to fire Hamby and get a new coach, I get that. You haven't been good there. But when I see a program that's been good and all of a sudden they have a little downturn, I say, okay, what do you think fundamentally changed? Because what I hear a lot of people say are, I want to fire the assistants. I want you to have the guts to say, I want to fire Tim Tadlock. I don't believe in Tim Tadlock. I don't believe in his pitching philosophy, how they develop pitchers. I don't believe in his hitting philosophy, how they structure a team. I want to play small ball, even though Danlaw Field is a dumb place to play small ball and you play 30-plus games there. What I hear is actually people say, fire the head coach. Now, I don't think he should, but that's what I don't get from some of the comments, that you dance around it. Just sack up and say it if you want to. All right, jump on the chat line, the text line. United Supermarkets bringing that to you tonight and every night, whether you're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or otherwise. No Texas Tech in the NCAA tournament. Who should we root for now? Who are you going to root for? We also have the biggest news in Texas Tech basketball in the last, 24 hours. And we can discuss that too. JT Toppin transferring from New Mexico, a rookie of the year, WAC conference, 6'9" forward, 12-4, 9-1 rebounds, 1.9 blocks. He's really good. And he is your $1 million free agent. We missed the old days of Fardas Amac and the $450,000 NIL that he got that everybody was mad about. Now, do I have confirmation 100% that that's what Toppin's getting to come to Texas Tech? No, I do not. Do we believe, based on what we've seen in the market and things we've heard over the last 2 weeks and what it was going to take to either Toppin to come to Texas Tech or any other college or go to the NBA, where apparently maybe he wasn't hearing what he thought he needed to hear? Do we believe that his NIL is the biggest single NIL that we have seen to this time in Tech basketball for sure? And maybe overall? Yes, we do. And there you go. So Toppin comes in. You got 2 scholarships open left for Texas Tech basketball. Is he a game changer? We'll find out. Will he elevate to the next level in the Big 12? We're going to find out. But this team is constructed right now is certainly longer than last year's team. It gives you no less ability now on the inside, I think. And we love Washington and what he did. But when this team was healthy and even unhealthy, I think this past year's team, this current roster matches up every bit and probably better. Hard to say till we get them out there. You don't know what they're going to look like. But make no mistake, the people that say Texas Tech is a poor and Texas Tech can't compete, you outcompeted teams monetarily to get JT Toppin into your program. You spent money. Thank you, Tim Tadlock, for not spending all the money on the baseball team, that we had a lot of NIL left over with the collective, the Matador Club, and everybody else. Thanks you today for having that out there. CJ, Shorthorns going to College Station. Couldn't have happened any better. Didn't surprise me. That was going to be whichever Texas team made the NCAA baseball tournament. Well, we said for the last several weeks when it mattered, just don't get yourself off the 3 line. Do not get yourself going to College Station. Texas barely made the NCAA tournament. There are a lot of people that think they may make a change in head coach. They went 0-2 in the Big 12 tournament. There are a lot of people that think Texas may be making a change. No matter what well, I don't say no matter what happens. But we'll see what happens in the NCAA tournament. All right, so back to basketball. You just spent a lot of money. It's a huge pickup. The talent is, if not equal to, I think at least equal to, but better than last year. And you still have time to round out the roster. This time last year, I don't think you were anywhere near close getting the roster figured out for Texas Tech basketball. So what's your thoughts there? Rest in peace, Bill Walton. We celebrate the dual career of the mellifluous, metaphorical master of the English language in Bill Walton. I'm old enough to remember Walton with the Portland Trail Blazers, not with UCLA. I mean, I knew he played, but some of my earliest NBA memories are the Portland Trail Blazers in '77. Dr. Jack and Bill Walton. And he shows up 9 years later with the Celtics and wins another one. Now, we would make fun of him sometimes because it was fun to make fun of with his broadcast. And it's a shame maybe that his role as an analyst and representing the Pac-12 kind of overshadowed a little bit. But make no mistake, basketball is worse off today. 100% worse off today without somebody fun like Bill Walton. We don't have enough announcers like that. From Dick Vitale to Bill Walton, there just aren't a whole lot of them. And now everybody sounds like everybody. You can't turn on a broadcast half the time and even know who's doing it. You used to be able to turn on the TV and within a few seconds or minutes know exactly who was calling the game. So I hate that for Bill Walton. I never met him. In all of the travels and all of the crossing of the country that I did with basketball, baseball, and otherwise, you would have thought maybe eventually I would have run into him. Never did. That's a shame on me. You know? Because he was, one, he was a great player. Two, fascinating dude. Three, he made my industry better. He made my industry more fun. Randy Bill Walton had a bad stuttering problem, and he used to turn down interviews for us. Yeah, he did. When he was younger, when he was coming up, unsure what to say, not confident in his public presentation. He had a, obviously, growing up as big as he was, he had a gangliness problem where, you're just aware of everything about it. All right, so let's go. Texas Tech baseball thoughts, comments. We'll do more as the week goes on. And I've got more thoughts. I'll do a deeper dive probably tomorrow on some of the aspects that need to change. One of them is the schedule. I think that's one of the biggest things is the schedule. And this year they got caught. It wasn't their fault that Stanford sucked. They have scheduled some pretty good teams the last couple of years. They got burned, but they've got to get rid of the South, not Southland, but SWAC. They got to get rid of these teams that killed them and put their RPI in such peril, jeopardy and peril. What do you think of today being possibly the last day of the NBA on TNT? Michael, I've got to tell you, I really don't care. I haven't watched it in years, whether it was on TNT, ABC, NBC, whatever. After the late 90s, early 2000s, I haven't watched the NBA. I get the people that really enjoy, Charles Barkley and the guys on inside the NBA. Maybe that'll continue on NBC. I think they're getting it. What's a bigger deal right now, and my friend Alan Corbin brought this up last week, TNT now has a lot more money to go after college sports, and that could be a huge benefit to Texas Tech and the Big 12. That TNT now is going to have to replace a lot of live original programming. They've got a lot of money. They're flush with cash. And if they take some of that money and throw it at the Big 12, yep, I'm good to go. As far as the NBA, I couldn't care. You could put it on QVC, I don't care. Randy Walton loved the dead, widespread, and fish. Yeah, fish, good. String cheese incident, fish, Grateful Dead. I think he got 3 recent fish tours at the Sphere there in Las Vegas, says Randy. I want to go out to Vegas and see something at the Sphere. I don't no matter what it could. It could be a car show. I don't care. All right, it's comment time. Open up to you. I've given you my thoughts, laid out the week. Tomorrow, big show. Be ready, though, because it might be the last one of the week, most likely traveling on Thursday and Friday for a college orientation. That's right. I'm going to college, and I've got to get oriented. Golf USA, a great sponsor for us. Please tell Stacy next when you go in, hey, we heard Hyatt talking nice about you. We want to see the video of him on the teaching simulator back when we had Golf Tech. And then hopefully if Stacy wants to live, he will say we burned those tapes. They were scary. They were horrible. Boot City, another great sponsor. Last week, I think, they still had a lot of the long sleeve shirts on, like 25% off. Dude, here's the deal. It's going to get cold again in the winter, in the fall. Save money. Buy cool long sleeve shirts, all right? Also, you can still wear them in the summer. Just roll up your sleeves. It's not hard to do, It's really not hard. Not getting into it tonight. Maybe next week, again, because we've got a short week. The NCAA baseball tournament, there are some who say it should expand to 72 teams, just like the people that say the NCAA basketball tournament needs to expand. We have 5 bajillion teams playing. How can we only have 64? We got all these automatics. There was the Tarleton State issue. By the way, Steve Urias, former senior associate athletic director at Texas Tech, went to West Virginia for many years. Now the AD at Tarleton, down there in Stephenville. I agree with everything he's been saying. They petitioned to get in. They got kept out of the NCAA tournament for winning the conference tournament because they had moved up, not down, up. How dumb is that rule? That if you move up, you can't compete for a title in the tournament. But if it makes no sense. Now I can understand if like Texas Tech dropped down to the Southland and they said, all right, you can play here, but you can't get the automatic qualifier tech for a couple of years. I get that. But you're going up. LCU and Lubbock had faced that a couple of maybe 10 years ago. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, well, they'll change it. No, they won't. Because the NCAA is going to die anyways here pretty soon. And then we get into the whole loss settlement with the NIL and everything, and the the Pandora's box that is opening up, that the idiots within the NCAA are just now beginning to realize what they opened up and what they opened themselves up to and all this stuff. Which makes me think that a lot of them want it to happen, and they're doing this to drag the other schools who didn't want it to happen along with them. And that way they can throw their hands up and blow it up and get away from the NCAA completely. I truly believe that's what's going on. That there are a lot of that there are a vast majority of the major schools that are doing all this stuff because they know it will kill and destroy the NCAA as we know it, because they want to get out of the NCAA. But then their hands are clean. Hey, we all voted for it, right? $1 million for a basketball player. Is it worth it? You guys are going to have to tell me. Is he getting $1 million of NIL? Talking about JT Toppin. That was the rumor. It was the word on the street. Is he worth it? Was he the best in the portal after Obasa went to Oregon? There are a lot of people that say so. Is he a difference maker? If he gets you to the Sweet 16 next year or the Elite Eight? It's Tech or NBA, and I assume he'd go to the NBA if he could. But that's okay, because it's a lot different from NFL and college football to NBA and college basketball. There's basically only about 30 guys every year that are guaranteed a slot, even getting drafted, that they're going to stick. So a guy who's borderline NBA is a lot better player than a guy who's borderline NFL. NFL to college, you get the idea of what I'm saying. I look at the resume. I look at what he did there at New Mexico. Yeah. Let it be the last time we take anybody from New Mexico. Shall it be? All right, you guys have been enjoyable tonight. We love the time we get to spend with you. Hopefully, we can get some more rain here in West Texas. We'll be back with you tomorrow. The daily commentary will be back tomorrow. Everything is off this week. It is just a funky week between Memorial Day yesterday and orientation and everything else. Now, what I ask you to do, everybody who's watched tonight, I want you to share this when we post it at eraiderland.com. I want you to share it on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, wherever you may enjoy it. I want you to do that for our friends that are our advertisers and our clients, and just to help grow Raiderland and get ready for tomorrow. Overrated, underrated, rated right. I'll give you 3 things to rate on, and then check out the cool hot links tomorrow. I know you will. Now, the awkward time when I have to hit the end stream. Thank you. End stream.